Honourable members, I beg to move that too many in this world take opinions too personally. An educated mind must enjoy the exploration of new concepts. Too often we see anger, attacks, bullying, and defensiveness. Let us encourage the world to enjoy exploring ideas and reducing the presence of hate and anger in dialogue. Let us do so with a game that, by focusing only on inane and meaningless subjects, coaxes discussion that is fun, skilled, and meaningful. We must avoid the plague of many party games that I call tyranny of the loudest. This is where the most persistent, he who interrupts and disrupts, and it is often a he, is the only one to enjoy the evening. In our game, every player will be given space to speak. The sole interruption right will usually be to quickly correct a fact and nothing else. Players who do not respect that right to speak or wish to bully others will be punished.
In the discussion of ideas, there is always a risk that the most confident and extroverted performer will intimidate others and then be seen to win, irrespective of the underlying quality of their thesis.
In our game, we shall have multiple scoring mechanisms which require different skills. We shall specifically check in our test plays that all personality types have the chance to shine and truly enjoy their evening. Most parlour and party games offer simple reactive play actions from single events. They focus on which card is funniest or how many points can you get in one round. It would be wonderful if we could find depth as well as fun in a game. Our game structure means there is a benefit to strategic thinking on what to discuss, whether to disrupt, and when to do so. There are opportunities to form short alliances, and a sophisticated player will benefit from being aware of what others are doing. This is very rare in a party game. Humour from shock of turning over a card will offer jolts of hilarity, but it has an inherent law of diminishing returns. It not only is destined to become boring and harder to replicate the same level of fun, it also ultimately creates no sense of ownership or pride for a player. Let us carefully design our game content so that humour is teased from the mouths of the players, not merely from natural reaction. This will encourage their mind to find insights and comedy rather than just be a golem for some random collection of cards.
There are only so many times one should need to chuckle about acts of sexual, emotional, or physical pain and violence. We can find deeper and richer comedy. Happy slapping is never funny, whether physical or verbal. Let us curate all of our content through 2 systemic tests and 1 rule. First, the rule: we do not laugh at violence. Second, a test: do we need the bad taste in order for this to be genuinely funny? And a third, a test of: does a group really need to be singled out for this card? We can still be incredibly puerile and discuss pooing, nudity and swearing, just not in a mean way. Yeah, of course. Most party games need hundreds of different cards. Each individual card fizzles and burns out in seconds, whether because the humour is exhausted or because you've already guessed the answers on the card. This need for quantity reduces the quality of which you can produce each individual card. Let us ensure that our game is structured to get unprecedented replayability from each individual piece of content. Players can amend the content. They will always have more to say. Their obligations will change each game, and thus we stay fresh and exciting and joyful. Our research has indicated that most speaking or party games are quite boring to look at with a generic wacky feel. I propose that the Aristorators game has lots of pretty pictures of rats in Victorian and other classical dress. There can be lots of underlying reasons, but mostly it just looks quite nice. People will be baffled by the fact they are rats, but we shall do it anyway. We shall then make lots of social media to confuse the hell out of people. That is decided, yes. Finally, we shall call the game Aristorators. Dutchy, that name is not memorable and it is hard to spell. It will hinder marketing. How about we name it Meaningful Debates, or Maths Debates, or the Rat House? No, that is denied, and I give you 8 discredits. I do apologise. 2 more discredits for answering back. Thank you, Dutchy, for your wisdom.
Play Aristorators, a new game involving meaningful debates of meaningless questions. More information on our website, aristorators.com, and social media. Follow for more content.